Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible. 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 Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Incredible.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, guys. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. I'm back after a couple of weeks off. I apologise. Family things happened last week, so I couldn't stream. I think Anarchy got first. I think, but Blackbrook is also here. Says hello. Ackright26 here as well. Chartered Music says subscribed for 5 months and said hello. Hope you all had a good weekend. Thank you very much. Yes, walked the dog yesterday. Had a nice day today. Spent a little bit of time at work, but it's all been good. Sky was taken sadly checking out what giveaway we're doing. We're going to do a giveaway of an MTNU Susu set at the end of the stream, so keep watching if you're interested in that. And we also have a 10% discount on any MTNU in stock using the code don't be silly, Cyly, CYLY, whilst we're streaming. So if you want to save 10% on MTNU in stock shipping within a couple of days, then feel free to do that as well. Feel free to wait and see how the MTNU looks and sounds on a couple of different boards before you make a decision as well. Who knows, you might like it, you might not. Anarchy's here as well. He says, hope everyone is having a good weekend. Angry Swan's here too. Actually, Anarchy is going to be visiting PT for a few days this week. I picked him up from the train station earlier on. He's in a local hotel watching the stream. So thank you very much for coming to support us, Anarchy, this week. I very much appreciate it. Angry Swan subscribed for 15 months. Says, evening all, 15 months have flown by. It's kind of crazy that this channel's even been going for like 2 years now. It's kind of nuts. Like I think 27, 28 months or something is like the longest subs, which just blows my mind. It's crazy. Void Media, thank you so much for 21 months of subs. He says, good evening all, hope we're having a lovely weekend. Conio Tour's here as well. Hey man, good to see you. Mr. What's that? Anju? Mr. Anju says, thank you, Jay, for the sale. You're welcome. Thank you. Got to do our bit for the community, and that's what we do. Hugaz, hey man, good to see you, dude. Thank you so much for being here. Anonymous Biker and Robot Mikey, good evening, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Snicky as well. Thank you, good sir. I need to message you, Snicky, tomorrow about Pandora. We need to get that sorted out. I haven't heard back from Chippy, so just remind me if I don't do anything tomorrow. Ping me and tag me. Ball Boy, thank you so much for being here as well. So is Newfie. Hope your back is feeling better. Do you know what? Actually, it is. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yes, it is feeling a bit better. It's not perfect, but it's feeling a bit better. Thrax, thank you so much for the 14 months of subscriptions as well. I really appreciate that. Refried Beans, thank you so much for being here as well. True Blaze subscribed for 14 months as well. Thank you so much for that. 606 says, evening all. Finally got over last night's hangover. Time for a beer and keyboards. A beer sounds good right about now, but I've got coffee and I have a glass of water as well. Conan's here too, saying, hey Jay, thank you. Hello everyone. Thank you very much for being here, dude. Slice of me as well. Who else have we got? Mr. Water. Hello, one and all. Hey, man. Good to see you. Funky. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. Mr. Water, thank you so much for the subscription as well. I think I've got a couple more, but I've just seen that one pop up, so thank you for that. Cabbage Cap is here. Hey, man. Good to see you. Angry Swan, thank you very much for being here as well. Dynamic says, happy Diwali. Yeah, happy Diwali, everyone. I'd forgotten it was that time of year, but it is. Void Machines, I follow Mateo and I'm interested. Yeah, Mateo is one of the most interesting guys in keyboards. We did chat a few years ago about something and it never kind of panned out, and then of course we've run his key sets in the meantime, and I really would love to sit down with Mateo at some point. I was hoping he was going to be going to GMK when we went there. Unfortunately it didn't align, but I really do want to catch up with him at some point in real life. 17 delicious months. Thank you so much, Chris, for the 17 months of subs. Appreciate that, dude. Batowski as well. Hey, man, good to see you. Kevin Babes, thank you so much for the 10 months of subs as well. Genuinely appreciate that. I think the mic might be clipping a bit, but I might be wrong. It may be, actually. I might be a bit loud. It might be a little bit loud.
Tasty.
The stream setup does change week to week, so I apologize if it does. Like we use this setup for so many different things, like video conferences with UPS and DHL and partner suppliers and things, that everything gets tweaked just a little bit. Am I buying a Loop TKL? No, but I'm hoping that we can offer it in stock later on next year. I'm hoping, no promises, but I'm hoping we can offer it in stock. Batowski, thank you so much for the 17 months of subs. I appreciate that. And Hammer Strauss, welcome to the stream. Zusko, thank you so much for being here as well. Thank you. Appreciate that as well. Do you think Haku might fulfill in January or a little bit later in 2024? All updates will be on our updates webpage. You can type in updates in here or in the Discord chat, or you can go to prototypist.net, click on updates at the top. We're currently trying to get it on a ship over here. The issue is we have a container that's ready, but we need to fill the container, so we're waiting for some other things just to make it cheaper to ship. And just to give you kind of like an example, like if we send a half container, it costs us about £20 per keyboard to ship it over here. If we can get a full container, it costs us about £6 per keyboard to ship it over here, because the cost doesn't scale in like a linear fashion. It's kind of interesting when you look into the logistics of freight forwarding, but that's an aside. So it really depends on how much we can get in the next couple of weeks ready from manufacturing and ready for shipping, and what that looks like. Realistically, it's going to arrive in January-ish. I hope it arrives no later like the end of January, but it really depends on when we can get that shipped. And the other thing as well is we've only got another 4 weeks before PT closes for Christmas, because remember, it's only 6 weeks to Christmas, guys.
Incredible.
So we've got a load of challenges on to get that over here, but everything will be updated on the updates, which I think someone's tagged. So as we know anything, it'll be put on there. So there you go. Right, okay, time to fill it with cargo extras. Well, they've already been made, so I can't just put a load in there. You said the C word? What C word? Christmas? Oh yeah. It's coming, Chris. It's coming. It's not far away now. It's on its way. It's 6 weeks, I think, to Christmas Eve. My wife informed me today. Lemon Zest, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it, Amadou. Thank you so much. Lots of subscribers today. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. What do I need to tell you about today? Well, first of all, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Okay, so where are we at with PT stuff? PT news. Let's talk about this. We're a little behind where I wanted to be at this moment in time. The last shipment that arrived, the biggest group buy on that was the Zoom 75s. There's no qualms about that. It's been 3 weeks since that shipment arrived, 2.5 weeks since that shipment arrived. It'll be 3 weeks on Wednesday coming. And it's been difficult to try and get through everything, because I mean, Mel, for those that don't know, Mel hasn't been in for the past couple of weeks. It's not my place to say why. She's not been in for the past couple of weeks, and we don't know how that's going to go going forwards. So it's been really difficult, because for the past 2.5 weeks I've mostly been here on my own, apart from 1 day and a half day. So I have been a lot slower than we would have been if we were working together. Luckily, Sharon's been picking up a lot of the kind of niggly little stuff that I would usually have to do, such as creating products and talking to designers and vendors and things like that. So she's been picking up a lot of that, so I can concentrate on focus on getting orders out. Unfortunately, that did coincide with our 4th birthday. PT is now 4 years old this month. Still a month of birthday celebrations, I guess. So when we did our sale, it was significantly more popular than I thought it would be, by a factor of about 10. So I wasn't expecting anywhere near that many kind of sale orders as what we got. So it took me pretty much all of last week to catch up with that. As of Friday, though, we are shipping orders within a couple of working hours. I think everything up to 11 a.m. on Friday has shipped. Anything since then I'll ship on Monday. So we're pretty much back on track with in-stock orders now. So if you buy something in stock, it should ship next working day pretty much. If you buy it on Monday, we'll probably ship it Tuesday, kind of thing. That now does free up some time to start looking at Zoom 75s again. I've been shipping some today, actually. I have shipped quite a few of the Zoom 75s today. And hopefully over Monday and Tuesday, I'll be able to get through the rest of those as well.
Tasty.
Keeps, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Anarchy coming in to help us this week is also going to really help. Anarchy is going to have a couple of jobs to basically get us to the position where by the end of this week we have oceanographers complete, Zoom 75s complete, and that we're well under the way with packing Argyle. That's the current plan. We're still waiting on some parts for Argyle, but I want to make sure that we actually have a plan on how to tackle that once the oceanographers are done. So the bits that we're missing for Argyle are the plastic screens, which we're cutting in-house. We've got about half of them done. Need to do the other half, and then also the IC chips need to be programmed, which Tom has kindly offered to do for us, because we just don't have that skill set in-house. And I'd assumed from the designer and everything else that this would have happened at the PCB production. It didn't, so we're going through that anyway. Bottom line is that all of the Argyles will be shipped out this year as well, and we just need to make sure we're in a good position for that. Our next container does arrive the first week in December, and there is a lot in it. There's derivatives in there, there's JO2s in there, there's an absolute ton of stuff in there. We're basically going to have about 18 days, but about only 9 working days in that period. before Christmas to try and ship as much of that out as we can. The Matrix Magic 3s will probably be the first thing we ship out of that new shipment, mainly because they're the easiest to do. They all come pre-sealed from the manufacturer, so we don't need to open anything and QC or check anything. It's pretty much a case of visual inspect the boxes, make sure we're packing and packing all of the right things, bundle it up and ship it out to customers, which is pretty easy and it doesn't take too long. So I'm hoping that we can get those done in a day or two. The JO2s will take a little bit longer because, of course, we have to put PCBs in there and everything else, and there is a whole kind of process to packing those that we will have to go through, and it's our own internal project, so I want to make sure it's done right. But I do want to get those out before Christmas as well. But there's a lot of those. The derivatives there isn't a huge number of because we only had so many that we could sell here for the UK, but they are just as complex as the JO2s in terms of time to pack and ship. So it's really going to be a bit of a fight between which projects take priority, and it's basically going to come down to a series of criteria that we have that we rate products with, which we haven't done yet for this shipment, but we will do in the next couple of weeks before it arrives, to see which we're going to do first. And that basically gives you a priority based on time waiting for the group buy, value of the item, how long it's been in production, and whereabouts of the vendors are in terms of packing and fulfilling. So number of orders also factors into it, as well as total value of the order as well. So we do need to take a look at it and try and factor it in, and we'll see how that goes. But there's lots and lots of stuff happening. Lots of stuff happening in the next couple of weeks. Let's just catch up with chat. Must say all the coffee I got was bloody delicious. Glad you like it. Yeah, I'm drinking Typist Brew Dark. This is actually the last of this last batch, which I think I've got maybe 4 or 5 cups of it left, something like that. Maybe a couple more actually, maybe 10 cups of it left. Once that's gone, I will have something exciting to share, but that's a couple of weeks away, so we'll see. We'll see. Forgot my name wasn't Miller on here. What beans are we sipping tonight? This is Typist Brew Dark, made on the Londinium earlier on. Time to get Christmas orders going. Like, if you want stuff before Christmas, we will put up a post announcing this, but I think the cutoff date is going to be like the 10th of December or something. If you want to guarantee something for Christmas, you need to order it and buy it before the 10th of December. Just because we can't guarantee that we can ship worldwide any faster than that. But I'll put up a post once we've figured out the exact dates as well. Kaiju says, what is the board on your desk right now? The purple one. It's actually pink, and this is a Matrix Iron Plus that we built on stream a couple of weeks ago, and it's wearing GMK Fright Club. So there we go. Can't wait for Prototype is turning 10. Yeah, we're not going to do, like, the 40% off was a one-off. Like, that was, to be honest, it was way too much money. When I started to look at, I didn't expect the number of orders coming in, but when I saw how much stock had gone off the shelf at 40% off, I kind of cringed, because that's basically, I have to fund that gap, is the ultimate how it comes down to it in the end. So, yeah, a little bit about that, but it is what it is, and we've shipped everything out, so we're good. Trojan, hey man, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. I need to message you tomorrow about coming down for a visit. SPC pajama parties to collect JO2s. Yeah, if anyone wants to come and collect their products, they can do. You know, check out. You can do the click and collect thing, and you can come and collect it once we let you know it's ready. For group buys, obviously that's going to be a few months. We haven't charged anyone for shipping for the JO2 Blackout or SPC editions, so if you do want to do that, you can just reply to the email. We'll give you like 3 choices on the email and we send it out. It's either going to be ship it now, and here's the cost via DHL, here's the cost via UPS, and do you want to collect it? So we will be able to work that out.
Tasty.
We'll see. Serve them buffet style. Everyone picks and packs their own parts. Yeah, I'm not sure that I could do that. There's a lot of complexity that comes to packing these boards and making sure that everything is included. Like, you need one of these, and one of those, and one of those, and 2 of that. So no, I don't think we'd let people do that. And if you dropped it, who'd be liable, right? You'd expect me to be liable, I'd expect you to be liable. So it's a bit of a different one. So yeah, Scoop of JO2, side of Magic 3. Yeah, Magic 3 is going to be really cool. I think those will be the first thing we churn out of this shipment. There's a lot of other stuff in there. There's some stuff like Domiki Voodoo, I think, and some other stuff as well. I haven't got a list to hand, but there's a load of stuff in this container. Will there be derivative extras? Yeah, everything has extras. We don't ever buy just enough to cover the group buy. We always buy extras. Sometimes we have to use those to replace parts in the group buy, but most of the time it's for extras as it stands. I think when I had the dark at work, my god, the buzz from it. So to be quite fun, the actual caffeine content of the dark roast is slightly less than that of the light roast, assuming all things are even in terms of how you've brewed the coffee, which is really interesting and wasn't something I was expecting it to be. You really like the dark? Glad I bought more? Glad you did buy more, sir. Yes. Bright Club looks very blue there. I think it's just the stream lighting in here. Yeah. Any chance of tactile green jackets coming in before the sale ends, or shall I just cop some purple potatoes as an alternative? It's unlikely we're going to get any new stock of switches before the sale ends at the end of the month, so there is 50% off all switches that are in stock right now until the end of the month. That applies automatically at checkout, so you don't need a code or anything for that. The reason for that is because I want to kind of like reduce the number of switches we're offering and have a really curated list of switches that I approve of personally, and that's something we're going to bring in the new year. So basically I'm just trying to get rid of all of the switches we have so that I can have that nice fresh curated list early in the new year that we can restock and we can build up from there. So I will have more to talk about that in the new year. Could you give your perspective on the MK trust and safety system from the point of view of the vendor? Yeah, so I'm kind of interested in this, Oxy, and it's a good topic to talk about. So if you haven't seen this, the MK mods and some members of the community have come up with kind of like a trust and safety scale. And what this is effectively a credit rating of keyboard stores' ability to deliver based on historic data. So what that means in general is it's kind of like a rating of how secure based on past performance you would be buying a product from any particular vendor through a group buy. The penalization for being a bad vendor on this list is that you can't then post on RMK and other things, which we don't anyway. Prototypist as a whole, we don't post there or anything like that. We don't use any of it. And it's kind of like a penalization from that perspective. Bollocks, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. So you can go and read all about it, and it's kind of an interesting one. Now, we've been working with them for a number of months. We've been working with Armendis on this. We've had a couple of voice calls. We've had a couple of discussions. There's been a lot of backwards and forwards talking about it. We're actually in the process of submitting our own application for it, but it's quite lengthy to do. So if anyone wants to volunteer and help me out with that, then please feel free, because I've spent about an hour on it so far, and it's taking, I'm not even 10% of the way through it. So I think it's a good thing from a community perspective. I think some of the things they want to do with it are difficult, and it's going to be hard to implement. And I think there's got to be a way of making sure that the community doesn't mistake this for what it sounds like. So what I'm scared of, my big fear of this is that it's going to become a ranking list, a tier list of vendors in effect. And because we aren't as big as say Novel Keys or Canon Keys, we're not going to get AAA status. Doesn't mean we're any bad or worse of a vendor than Novel Keys. I think we'll probably get AA based on what I've looked at. But, you know, are people going to say, oh, I'm only going to shop at AAA vendors because AAA vendors are the only ones worthwhile being at? And what does that mean for the likes of, I don't know, random designer in the hobby wanting to come out with their first keyboard? They're not even going to get on that list. They're going to be like, you know, a lower class vendor as such. And they've not even had a chance. So I don't want people to see it as a tier list. I want people to see it as what it is. It's like a kind of like a guide based on historic performance. Like, you've been good up until now. Any of these businesses could go under next week. We don't know. So it's kind of like a historic, you've been this good so far. So it's really, really difficult to say whether it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing for the community. I think there's always an element of who watches the Watchmen. One thing that I do find quite funny was that the forum talks about the vendors have to have named individuals and all of this kind of stuff, and then it gets to the end of this MK Trust and Security, and it's signed by you know, Armendis 69 and Throwback 420 and all of these kind of like names. It's like, well, those aren't real people, so who watches the Watchmen kind of thing? Like, they're gonna, you know, follow this through. They're going to kind of assign these vendors ratings based on set criteria, and put up PSAs about them. But how do we know that they're not, you know, how do we ensure that they're not biased in any way is the question I think will be there. So it's a really, really difficult one to to say whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I think it will overall be a good thing for the community. I think a lot of the stuff they talk about in future, like delving into financial records for companies and things like that, that's going to open up a whole can of worms. Because like here in the UK, we can't share a lot of that information. A lot of it that would be there that they've talked about having would come under data protection rules. Like I can't give them customer data, and they've talked about having like a backup list. Like if we failed, would Novel Keys be able to ship our products to our customers? Like we can't share that information without really robust contracts in place with other companies. And I don't think that that's something that will be achievable by a Reddit community. It would need some sort of independent arbitration body panel that had appointed and voted for kind of people to be in place. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's a great first step, and it will give people good guidance onto who's been a reasonable vendor or a poor vendor in the past. But it's, you know, like if you looked at this from Mexico a year ago, they would probably have been like a AA vendor or something. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It should just be traffic lights rather than AAA. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's interesting. Good critique, they should also be named. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that if you're being one of the Watchmen, you should be named so people know where your biases lay and things like that. It's a difficult one. I'm trying to be really balanced about it. Like, I think as a consumer level, I'm pretty positive about it. As a business level, I'm okay with it, is how I'd put it. I think it's just really difficult for us to say that one set of rules that applies to mainly businesses in the US would actually work for, you know, every business worldwide, because rules, laws, regulations, priorities, practices, profiles, procedures, all the P's for some reason, they're all going to be different from business to business. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We are applying for it. I mean, we should have actually been on one of the first ones, but with Mel being off and then me being on vacation whilst they were actually producing the final version, our submission just didn't get done. So our manager was like, "Oh, I want you to be one of the first ones," and it was like, "Yeah, okay, great, we can be," and then we just didn't have. So it will happen this week, though. It will happen this week. Dynamic said, if you did 40% off for 4 minutes, Shopify would ensure no orders would be made. Do you know 90% of the orders, like literally something like 87.2% of the orders for the 40% off happened in the first minute? It took me up until Thursday to get through all of the orders from the first minute of the sale, and then it took me Thursday afternoon and Friday to get through all of the orders from the rest of the sale. So, you know, take that as you will, but like most of the orders were from there. I'd be bang up for an SPC trip to collect the JO2s. That'd be really cool. We could arrange like a specific date. We could do some coffee tastings. We could have SPC JO2s out and things like that. You kind of volunteered yourself to arrange this now, Chris. So feel free to start thinking about how to arrange something. It'd be cool. As someone who finds Switch buying overwhelming, that sounds lovely. What, in terms of a curated list? Yeah, so what I want to do for Switches in the New Year's, I only want to list and sell Switches that I would personally put in my boards. Whether they might need tuning or not is a different kind of thing, but then I can add on, if we've got a list of only 20 Switches that we stock, I can then put my personal recommendations on the web pages and say, for this Switch, I would do X, Y, and Z. For this Switch, it works just as stock. You know, whatever I think, which just means I can be a little bit more open and a little bit more honest about them. You'll always be tripling our hearts. Thank you, JQ. I appreciate that. Game's done margin well. Hello all. Jay looking cute today. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've got a little penguin buddy today. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I hope people continue to find you as I did through the Melitrix Zoom 75 rather than relying solely on the list. Yeah, I mean, like we don't actually actively participate in any marketing on Reddit or anywhere, to be quite frank. We don't use any of the Discord servers where people market. We just have our own server. We have an email blast which sends out maybe 5 emails a year. Let's be honest, we don't do that often enough at all. And then we have my personal Instagram, which has kind of become the business Instagram. And that's it. That's all the marketing we do. We don't do any other marketing at all. So we don't pay for Google adverts or anything like that. Everything else is just organic and natural, and that's the way I like it. So yeah, I mean, I guess one of the things, if we do fill out this vendor chat, we are going to have to start using Reddit. The only time we ever use Reddit actually is by proxy, as in when Melitrix do a group buy and they say that we're one of the vendors. But this tier list doesn't apply to that, I don't think. So yeah, PT is daddy tier. Oof. Good critique. They should also be named. Yeah, I think we talked about that. Is PT ever going to have TGR boards? We have in the past. We've sold the Tomo in the past as well. So yeah. The whole of the EU will be in that boat. Which boat was that, Geeky Ed? I don't know which that was for. The intent is good, but the practicality is tricky. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think even Canon Keys only have a AA ranking because of all the requirements of time that the business has been around, etc. Yeah, we've been around pretty much the same sort of time as Canon Keys. I think they were like the June, July time, and we were like the November time of the same year, so we're pretty much the same sort of age. Geeky says, can we build at the workshop? Theoretically, yeah. If you want to build your JO2 here, we could set up a workbench for you. We'd have to arrange it for probably a Thursday so we can shut down website from orders and things, but we can set up workbenches with soldering irons and things like that. Were you able to tell how many new customers PT had during this, the 40% sale abroad specifically? I probably could dig through those numbers, Slice of me, but I don't have it to hand. It's not something I have to hand. So yeah. The JO2s you mentioned, will they be solely blackout editions? No, there is a secret SPC edition as well. Only SPC members can buy those. That's as simple as that. Which I'm hoping lots of the SPC members who didn't buy them in the pre-order buy them when we have them on the shelf, because otherwise I'm going to have a load of dead keyboards that we can't do anything with. There is a load of raw JO2s as well. And I need to finish speaking with Pexon about this, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to sell a raw JO2 with kind of like a token for Pexon's Cerakote services, so that we would ship the board to him for you, and then he would do whatever you wanted to, and then it'd arrive with you. That's kind of something I want to investigate a bit more. We did talk about it about a year ago. February it was, when Pex came to see us. James is a lovely guy, and
tasty.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes from there. Ellie Wren, thank you so much for the 10 months of sub, 16 months of sub, sorry. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. 10 months continuing. So yeah, so that's kind of like the latest news. This week's going to be a busy one, but I hope to get out all the Zoom 75s. I hope to get out or at least start getting out the oceanographers, and I hope to have Argyle fully set up and ready to go, in terms of we just need to put more screens and the ICs in once they've been coded into the box. So that's something that we're working on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a busy last 6 weeks of the year. As I say, we've got about 2 weeks until the next shipment arrives, and then we'll have about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on when it gets through port and how it clears customs, because it arrives in customs on the 1st of December. So depending on how that clears customs, it's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we're going to have the next shipment arriving straight after in January, pretty much as soon as we come back, I think, because that should set sail early December. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. No build today, so I had to say from Sweden. No, we're not going to be building a keyboard today. We're just going to be looking at MTNU and comparing it, and I have got some things to unbox as well, which we'll do. Cerakote token is an excellent idea. Yeah, it's something that Pex and I talked about. We haven't set anything up formally yet, and he's probably forgotten about it, but it's something I'm interested in doing. I'm holding out for a new JL1. Love my 65s. Only thing I ever buy. Yeah, so the new JL1 is going to be going back to almost the very original formula, but with some new tricks learned from the JO2. It's going to be very limited. It's probably not going to be the cheapest board because of the availability is going to be quite limited, because I don't want to do a massive group buy for it. In fact, I think we're going to do it as a pre-order. I'm going to pay for them to get into production, and then we'll sell them. So I think we're only going to do 50. We'll see how that pans out. It's a new year kind of thing. So yeah. What's the SPC? So if you are a sub, you can find out what the SPC is. It's basically the subscriber club for prototypist keyboards. I'm not going to tell you what SPC stands for. Only SPC members are allowed to know. That's it. It's as simple as that. But if you subscribe to the channel, join our Discord server, and have your Discord and Twitch linked, you'll find out. You'll find out. Is that a mocha? No, this is just standard latte. It's a little bit cold now, but it is a really dark coffee, and my heart's kind of gone a bit wonky because I've been drinking it, but it was quite nice. So yeah, Herman Strauss, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate that. I wasn't part of the keyboard community as a whole when the JO2 was done. Would still love to visit PT at some point though, so just wondering if I could come along to that, or if we could do another meet at some time. So about a year ago we did do an open day when we actually first moved into this building, because we had to move from a smaller building to this building just about a year ago, to be honest. So we did do an open day this time last year. We just haven't had the time to plan it again, and quite frankly we don't have the space right now to do it. I would like to do another open day, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of cost from insurance perspective and things like that. And it's not always the easiest thing to arrange because we have to do it on a weekend. And then, of course, staff don't always want to work weekends, and I can't just do it on my own. So we probably need a couple of volunteers. And the other thing as well is I don't want to step on the next meetup that's going to happen for Mechanical Keyboards UK, the actual club here in the UK, which is struggling to get something together. So I'm part of the committee that's trying to handle that. So is Liz Perlin. I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but Perlin's part of that as well. I think between me and Perlin, we're the only people who've actually pinged that channel in about 3 months. So I don't know when the next official UK meetup's going to happen either. If you just want to visit PT, you can make like an appointment with us. You can drop us an email, make an appointment with us. As long as we know you're coming, it's fine, and we can show you around. We can show you a few bits. You can come and see my personal collection. You can buy things, you can kind of like have a bit of a shopping tour and see things before you buy them, kind of thing. You can't open stuff, but you can see things before you buy it. You just have to book it in advance with us. The only thing I'd say is don't do it just to come and try keyboards and then leave. It's got to be like, you know, worth our while as well, because it takes us away from packing, it takes us away from logistics, it takes us away from creating new things. But yeah, we're open to it. We're open to it. Got to ask, is the gaff board in your personal items from DC brand new? The gaff board in my personal collection, that came directly from TGR. So yeah, there you go. MTNU, looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, my heart still goes a bit wonky when I see you. Why is that, Mr. Blackbrook? Why does your heart go a bit wonky when you see me? That doesn't make sense. I don't mean it to go wonky. We'll go as Jay. Yeah, I wish that people would be more active in that channel. I can't dedicate loads of time to it, but like I think both of us tried to set up a meeting and it just didn't happen. What I want to do is once things start to move in there, I will get Sharon, who works for PT doing logistics management, freight forwarding and project management, to kind of like dedicate like maybe a couple of hours a week to trying to help that out. But until that starts to move, that train starts to chug along, there's no point in me setting Sharon onto it. So yeah. Typing this on my shiny new Zoom 75. Nice. Yeah, I think we've got about half of them out, so there's about half left to go. In fact, there's less than half left to go. Like looking at the pile, I can tell there's less than half left to go. That's all really useful info. Absolutely get the booking and needing it to be mutual both ways. Yeah, thanks. Like I don't mind showing people around, and when we do the open days, it doesn't matter if people come and don't pay and stuff like that, or buy anything or whatever. But like if we're taking the time out of our days to show someone around, and we are really busy here all the time, like it is 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. working, you know, with an hour's lunch break. It is nose to grindstone a lot of the time to just keep up with the SLAs we have. And I'm here like 100 hours a week, so yeah. Jay, do you have a JO1 with the brass pen rail available for the Show Me Redeem? I think so. Yeah, I think it's actually just behind me. Wait, wrong hand. There. That one just there. That one is a JR1 Rev 1. That's the engraved Athena TKL. That one just there is a original J01, which doesn't actually work anymore. I need to fix it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Hopefully get to learn from yours and Sharon's experience. Experience in meetups? Yeah, like I've only arranged 2 and some open days, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Sharon's never arranged an open day, so she has no experience in that, but she's a good project manager, so she'll pick it up. Okay. You said the heart on your coffee went wonky. Oh yeah, it did, because I'd been drinking out of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the best looking coffee right now. I have been nailing them recently though. Where's my phone gone? Like I did one the other day, and it came out really good. Like I think I've just something just finally clicked the other day. Oh, this isn't the best one actually, but I'll show you that. Like we've had some pretty good coffees come out of it recently. Here's another one. This one's a little bit better. There you go. Focus. There you go. So, the reason for this is because we're getting through a lot of coffee. I don't want to. I'm in two minds as to whether to talk about this or not, because I'm not ready to talk about it yet. More news in coffee coming soon. Let's leave it there. Can confirm Jay's latte is good. Thank you, Mr. Jellymaster. Thank you for coming up on Friday as well. I definitely owe you a couple of favors. So yeah. Are you still happy with 3D printed portafilter holder for the niche? No. So there is an issue that I have with this. So the one thing the niche draws from has a fallback on is the coffee grounds need to fall a certain distance, because they fall with such a force that they bounce back up because they're so light. And at first I thought it was a static issue. It's not. It's just like a bouncing issue. So if you don't have a deep enough receptacle, then the coffee grounds bounce up after they've been ground, just because of the angle of descent is quite vertical, so they're almost dropping rather than sliding down a chute like the DF64 or something like that. So what this means is that when you use the niche's actual grounds cup, it falls to the bottom of that, and that's quite low down. What I need to do is I need to actually make it so the portafilter sits lower, and then have a really tall kind of funnel that sits on top of the portafilter to guide the coffee down and into it. The one I have at the moment is still sat too high, so the coffee tends to bounce out of even the really tall one I've already printed. So in theory it works, in practice it doesn't, and that wasn't something I was expecting. I think a filter paper at the bottom of the portafilter might just give it a bit of a cushion and stop that happening. We'll see. I need to do some more things. We've had a dark roast and light roast, medium roast. The medium roast is already out there. We had Typist's Brew, which is a medium roast. We had Typist's Brew Light, which was a light roast designed for the pour over guys. And then we had the dark roast, which is my personal favorite. So yeah.
Tasty.
Thank you so much, Got Bacon, for the subscription. I really appreciate that, my dude. Jarred instant coffee? No. James Hoffman? I don't like that. Still hoping for PTT? Nah, not gonna happen. Will PT ever offer a breaking in service? Many companies like Lube charge £1 a switch and the instant out, so would it be viable at PT? Probably not. Probably not. It's just not something that's going to be viable for us to offer. Like the act of loading and unloading the switches and the cost of staff time, like for 100 switches, it's probably going to be half an hour of staff time, plus the cost of switches, and like we don't offer a lubing service for this as well, because we'd have to charge like £1.10 per switch for lubing just for it to be viable as a business, because of all the other overheads businesses have. When it's people doing it from home, they can actually absolutely undercut the big businesses. So no is the honest answer. Unless we had factories built to do this, we wouldn't be able to do it. So no, unfortunately not. But I can recommend people in MKUK, then you should go to the services tab in MKUK. There's people offering break-in services there, but it wouldn't be viable for us unless we could break in like 1,000 switches at a time. That's the only way it'd be viable. Excuse me. Right, okay. So I think we've talked about everything from PT News. I can't answer that on stream. PT News wise, Zoom 75's this week, Oceanographers this week and next week, and then Argyle this year. We're just waiting for the chips to be programmed, and we'll pack it all up this week as well. So I think we're pretty much on track for that. The next shipment will come in, and we'll talk about that when it arrives. Yeah, I don't know when Mel's going to be back full time permanently. We'll see when that happens. Yeah, that's about it. Good Lord, that took a turn. It did. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. Right, okay, so now I think it's time to do an unboxing of something that arrived this week. Now, I don't know what this is because it arrived and I haven't unboxed it. It comes from a company that makes like a 1U macro pad, but it doesn't look like a 1U macro pad when I look at it. And I think this is something that someone's bought for me, because I don't recall buying anything from this company. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let me just finish my coffee and then we'll have a look. This is so good. Okay. So this is the box. It's upside down. So I don't actually know what's in here, but it's a big box, and this has come from Plipworks, P-L-I-P, Plipworks. ISOGR, yeah, that's how big the ISOGR is. I don't know what this is. It just says one piece of mechanical keyboard. Now, when I look on their website, all Plipworks sells is like a 1U macro pad. So I don't know what this is, but let's see if we can't open it. I think the only address details on here are PTs, so I don't think I'm showing anything you guys can't see. Yeah, it's only business details on here. Right, so this is the box. I don't have a knife, so we're going to have to struggle to open this with some flush cutters. There we go. In fact, actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to use a small tool. I'm good at using small tools. Okay, I think we've got it open. There we go. Is large box just for memes? Maybe with a desk mat? I mean, it's big for a desk mat. Like this is like... I think it says on the back of the box how big it is. Yeah, so in inches, this is 28 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches. I don't know what 28 times by 2.5, so I don't know, like, so 60... It's like 70 centimeters long, give or take, right? Andrew Amber Keeps, thank you so much for the sub, I really appreciate it. MTNU Pog, also, good evening, you beautiful people. So here we go. This is... Well, I like this recycled shredded paper. I like that. I've actually looked at a machine to do it the same.
Tasty, tasty.
I think I just bashed the camera. Yeah, I did just bash the camera. There we go. I don't know what this is, but it's pretty big. Like, that's a TKL. This is like 2 TKLs long. Long man. Some round things, some nuts, and some plastic screws. Okay. Oh, it's stacked acrylic. Wait, what the fuck is this? Wait, is this one PCB? Holy shit. Have they sent me like... Jesus, holy crap. Have they sent me this as a joke? Look at the size of this thing. Did I buy this? How is that one PCB? Like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It's about 33 units long based plus gaps and things. What the hell? Like, I can't even fit this on the stream fully. It's also got a rotary encoder up here as well. It is USB-C though. What the hell is this thing? I don't have enough stabilizers or switches for this. The Long Man by Plipworks. Well, they got one thing right. The name, because it is ridiculous. I mean, like, the PCB is literally bending under its own weight. Like, I hold it at one end, like there's an actual curve to this, look. Flexi boy. I mean, it's hot swap. I can't build it ISO. I don't know what the hell I would build it, but okay. Well, I don't have the desk space to look at this anymore. What's in here? It says stacked acrylic case. Let's get rid of all this rubbish. There's the PCB, and then here's a stacked acrylic case. This thing is ridiculous. I guess that's the layout. So we've got an escape key, we've got a numpad, we've got a macro column, we've got a left hand. I don't even know what to call that layout. We've got a right hand version, we've got another key, we've got a knob, we've got arrow keys, we've got another numpad. Oh, that's an XT cluster, just a triple XT cluster. Okay, I see. And then we've got a double XT cluster after the... What the hell? Like, this must be 65, 70 centimeters long. This is crazy. Like, look at it next to a TKL. This is ridiculous. Like, this is a TKL. This is like easily twice the length. I can't even push it that far that way because it's going to knock things off my desk. Right, if I move these back at the same pace, like, this thing is 2 TKLs wide. It's nuts. Like, it's that long that even the acrylic bends. Look, 4 layers of acrylic bends, 5 layers of acrylic bends under its own weight because it's so long. Look at that. Is this clear in colour? Yeah, it's clear in colour. They've used extruded acrylic, not cast acrylic, which is... Well, it's okay, but it means you get these rough-looking edges. Can you see how rough they look? I mean, there's a lot of acrylic here, so that kind of doesn't surprise me. Like, there's like an hour's worth of cutting on my machine here. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. There's a lot of work gone into this. This is ridiculous. Okay. It is also linear. Yeah, it is also linear. I don't own any ortholinear boards because I don't like ortholinear layouts. Wait. Has someone bought this for me? Has someone sent me this as a joke? Tom Hanks' raft in Castaway was half the size. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Who bought this? Who paid for this? It's nice that this comes soldered on, though. I do like that. I would remember buying this Snicket. I would remember buying it. I'm sure. It's going to be my new gen driver. I don't even know if I've got enough switches to build the damn thing. It's really flexy as well. Like I can't even tell you how flexy the whole thing is because of the. Can you guys see if I do this? Can you guys see it waving? Like it doesn't take much pressure at all. Enjoy dealing with typo after typo. Yeah. They're not even Chris, what's in stock isn't my own stash. Like I can't just take stuff out of stock and use it. I wish that were the case. Okay, yeah, build stream coming soon, I guess. I'm gonna put this back over here now. I'm just gonna tuck it in there. There we go. It can stand there for now. I'm gonna have to get rid of this box and the rubbish. Give me a second. Was there an invoice? Yes. Let's take a look at the invoice. Let me take a look at this invoice. I'm not going to show the invoice on camera just in case it has any explanation. It doesn't have my name on it. Contact name, Prototypist Keyboards. It's got our address on it, and it's got our current address on it. It's not got our old address on it, so it has to have been ordered within the past year. Apparently it was valued at $50. And that's it. Contact name, Unit 1 Alpha Corp Prototypist Keyboards. Doesn't have my phone number, which I would usually provide. And that's it. It has no other information on it apart from Clipworks and information. It has no order number. It has no delivery number. It has a shipment number for the tracking, I guess. I mean, the declaration statement was never signed. Actually, I think I can show you this because there's nothing on it untoward. So this is the document. It was never signed or stamped, none of them. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like someone must have bought this for me as a joke. But thank you, whoever that was. Someone engaged in a little tax evasion. Whoever posted this to declare it some tax evasion. I'm sure it wasn't Clipworks. I'm sure they followed the law to the letter. Will it even fit on the shelves? No. 100%. The shelves are 50 centimeters long. It won't fit on the shelves. Surprise box. Yeah, right? How weird was that? How many stabilizers required for that piece? I didn't count, but probably like 5 or 6. Yeah. I don't ever remember seeing this. I'm going to look at that Reddit link that Chris dropped in the chat. Long man. Did I post on here? Clipworks. Oh, it was supposed to be 3D printed. It says 3D printed Kate in black, white, or marble. Well, it's in clear acrylic, so. Yeah, I never posted on there. I have no idea. I have no idea. But thank you for sharing the link, Chris. I have no idea. Mount it to the wall as a shelf. You could do. $50 for that thing seems a fair price. I don't even think $50 would have covered the cost of the PCB, if I'm being quite frank, even at manufacturing. Like, that's going to be a spendy boy to make just in the hot swap sockets, never mind anything else. Okay, anyway, right. That's the thing I had to unbox and show you. We'll build it at some point on stream, I think. I might have to raise the camera up so I can get a bigger view of the desk to do it, but I'm sure I can figure that out somehow. So now it's time to talk about what you're all here for, MTNU. It's a nice display for full key set novelties and extra mod kits, except for the ISO key, of course. Yeah, so you still need like a 1U ISO macro key, right? Oh well, So what we're here to talk about today is, well, not actually this, but GMK. GMK has, for a number of years now, since 2011, produced Cherry profile keycaps using the original Cherry tooling. This is GMK white on black. You guys will have seen this. This isn't the ISO UK key. I do have ISO UK in here. This has been my set for donkey's years. I've had this set since I was pretty new to the hobby. GMK white on black. I've got coffee all under my fingernail. I apologise. Ooh, tasty. Yeah, so this is what you're used to. This is a row 1 keycap. Camera, please. Row 1 keycap in the GMK cylindrical profile. Now, what does cylindrical mean?
Incredible.
Before we start to look at MTNU, I want to talk about this. So cylindrical means that when you look at the sculpt of the keycap from the top down, you can see that it's curved this way. It's curved like that. It's curved like my hand's curved there. It's like a U. It goes around because it's almost like you got something that was cylindrical and pushed the cylinder into it. So if we take something that's cylindrical, like this roll of solder, in fact, actually the solder holder. The solder holder might be a better example. If you took a flat keycap and pushed the solder holder into it, you would get this kind of barrel shape to the keycap. That's cylindrical because it comes from a cylinder. Okay, GMK have made, you know, keycaps for a long time, since 2011. This is all the original Cherry tooling, and pretty much every GMK set made up until last year is GMK, what we now call CYL or SIL, GMK SIL. Which is hence why the discount is don't be silly. CYL, silly, you know, terrible pun, but I hope you guys got it. And this has been kind of the de facto standard for Cherry keycaps for a long time. Pretty much everyone likes to type on it. It's used everywhere. It's great. Mateo, a couple of years ago, developed something called MT3. Now I do have some MT3 keycaps. I don't want to show those here today because I don't want it to get confusing with which keycaps are which. I just want to compare GMK SIL and MTNU. Okay, so without much further ado, this is GMK MTNU. Now, we've had this in stock for a couple of days, just over a week. We shipped out the group by a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So people do have this. This might not be the first time you've seen it. This is one of the add-on kits. This is the international kit, and this is the Susu base kit. I also have GMK MTNU white on black as well, which is a perfect match for this, which we'll look at in more detail. Now, I don't own all of the kits. These are my personally owned sets. I only own the kits that you're going to see today. I don't own the other kits. If you want to see the other keys, you'll have to look at pictures on the website. And the first thing to say about this is it is still sculpted, so as well as having row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5 and row 0, this also has the same rows 1, 2, 3 and 4. It doesn't have 0 or 5 as far as I'm aware, at least not yet. So it is still sculpted, but the actual keycap itself is not cylindrical. These are what we call spherical keycaps. So, they're actually not even spherical, they're slightly off that, but they're closer to spherical than anything else. So how does that differ? Well, if you imagine putting a cylinder onto the plastic to deform it and creating that U shape, well, here if you take something that's cylindrical, got BB-8 here, and pushing something that was round into that flat keycap, that it's going to conform to the curvature, the underside in all directions of that roundness, and it's going to be created by a spherical object, a spherical mold. These are effectively spherical keycaps. And that's the first major difference. The second major difference is on the legend positioning. So GMK, unless it's been a novelty or it's been sort of like a special font, which there are a couple of non-GMK fonts that do exist, but they're few and far between. The legend has also always been top left. Top left makes sense. It's nice and easy to see. It's been that way for a long time. Loads of other manufacturers use it. These are centered, and these are completely centered. So these are centered both in terms of height of the keycap from top to bottom, as well as left to right. So that means you get some really cool stuff like code FN. Like if you look at most keys here, Alt, it is centered top to bottom. Camera focus, please. Centered top to bottom, but it is left aligned. These are all centered. Everything is centered. If you look here, FN, hack, code, these are all centered, and so are the alphas. They're all centered. You can see here the Z is centered. There is also the international keys, which are really great to have. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that these kits cost a lot of money, but they are what they are. Do I have an MT3 caps on hand? Yeah, I do. I don't want to show them with MT3 until towards the end of the stream. If you ask me at the end, Hammer Brother, I will do. MT3 is basically taller and the dish is different. That's kind of it, and the sculpt works differently. If I was asked if I preferred MTNU or MT3, I would 100% say MTNU. Why? I like the sculpts and I like the way it hugs your fingertips, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. The other third major difference between these two, between GMK SIL and GMK MTNU, is that all SIL keycaps are ABS. They are ABS double shot keycaps. That means 2 shots of ABS plastic in different colors. They're both ABS. These are pure PBT. The keycaps are completely PBT. So the shot inside for the legend and the external housing of the keycap, they're both PBT. That's not a blend, that's pure PBT, which is very unusual in double shot PBT keycaps. Most PBT keycaps use a POM or other plastic for the legend, and sometimes it's laser ablated then infilled, sometimes it is a true double shot. Very few other keycaps are actually true double shot PBT. The only other ones that come to mind are Leopold ones and the Monarchy Series 1 white on black keycaps. So these are only the third ones that I know of that are actually true PBT double shot. Everything else that people have told me is true PBT double shot has turned out not to be. So there we go. So what does this look like as a whole set? Let's open up a box and I'll show you. Just need something to pierce the film. Now, I first got to try MTNU at GMK's headquarters back in May, which is pretty cool. And I'm not sure if Mr. Timo is watching, but Tim was there with me. He got to try these out as well. As you can see, PBT double shot MTNU keycap set. And this is the Susu one. I also have... oh, this is new. I haven't seen this inside a GMK set before. Thank you. The passion for all keycap related things has not only created a vibrant community, but has also brought us together for this project. Your support means the world to us, and we look forward to continuing this exciting journey together. We wish you countless hours of fun, creativity, and satisfaction with MTNU. And the really cool thing is that I've met most of these people. I haven't met Matteo, but Mario, Franz, Christoph, all of those are people I've had dinner with, which is really cool. So there you go. So there is this in there as well. Thank you. Little card. Polycaps was not true double shot PBT. It was PBT housing with a different plastic for the insert. I can't remember which, but it wasn't true PBT. I think the insert was a PBT blend that was mostly ABS, but I have to check for certain. But very, very few keycaps are true double shot PBT. It is rife that people claim it is. They say it's a double shot PBT keycap, but what they mean is it's a double shot keycap with the housing made of PBT and the inside shot made of a different plastic. So I can't remember exactly, but I think it was an ABS PBT blend for polycaps. I can be stood corrected on that, but as far as I know, they were not true PBT on PBT. So what does this look like inside? You'll see it is still in the same GMK boxes. They designed the packaging with this coming in mind. So when you saw this packaging a little while back, it had MTNU in mind. And there you go. Oh, we've got a couple of keys slightly out of alignment, but I'm pretty happy with that. There weren't keys everywhere. There is some cool things to share about this as well. So as you can see, there's all of the keycaps there. One thing I want to show for the ISO keycaps is like the sculpt on this is phenomenal. Like it's not going to come across just how curvy these boys are until you really look at them. Look how curvy that is as a keycap. Let's see if I can find the equivalent SIL version. Oh, come on. Where's the ISO keycap? Why is it not there? There it is. So, in the original GMK sculpted version, you can see that it's pretty flat. There's no real curvature to it. There's kind of like a little bit of dish. It is cylindrical, but it's not really overly cylindrical. Come on, camera, please focus. It's not really overly cylindrical, it's just a little bit. These are properly curvy. And there you go, you can see it is spherical. It's like a giant ball has pushed it in. You can almost see that ball shape has kind of sat on it like so, just squished it. But it's pretty cool. They're some of the curviest Enter boyos I've ever seen. but I really like them. There's also multi-split space bars and things like that. You can see we've got the red enter there, some other novelties and things like that as well. So in terms of like an R1 keycap, what's the height difference look like? So if I take out the 2 key, I'm going to take the same key from MTNU, just so you guys can see the same key next to each other. In terms of height, that didn't happen. In terms of height, let me show you the keycap from different sides. So the first thing you'll see is they are injection molded in the same way. You'll have the same little mark at the back. They're very similar in height at the rear to original GMK keycaps. And when you look at the side profile, you'll see that the sculpt is more aggressive, but they're very, very similar in height. Just because the sculpt is more impressive, the front height is a lot lower. So they start off higher at the back and they come down lower at the front, whereas GMK Sill is pretty much straight across at the top. So you can see that here. Come on, camera, focus, please. You see that there, it's pretty much flat on the top. These are very, very aggressively sculpted on every row. So whilst the height remains the same, the feeling of height will be different because of the sculpt. It's like a Monterey wing versus a Monaco one. It's not a bad example. It's not a very bad example. So, that's the keycaps. What do they look and feel like on a board? Should we put them on a board and show you what they look like? So here I have, this is an interesting board actually. This is an LZ-ST. It's actually one of the first ever machine polycard boards in the hobby, back from 2017. Pretty rare. There's only 2 or 3 of these. Caffeine, yes, I have some coffee. They are like a low profile MTT. It's not a bad way of describing it. It's like HSA compared to SA. Yeah. Always happy to see you streaming. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Okay. So let's put some keycaps on this board. This is an ISO layout board. So let's just pop these on here and see what we think. Those get tangerines. These are original tangerines, yeah. I am going to put the UK ISO keycaps on here, so let's just put everything else on, and we'll go from there. ISO for the win. Yeah, this has been in my collection for a little while. I wasn't actually the person who bought it off of LZ. That was the guy who designed GMK Zooted, GMK DMG, and I bought it off him a little while back, a couple of years ago now. Now that I think GMK is forayed into double shot PBT keycaps, I hope offer it for cherry profile at some point. So the thing is, the tooling has to be redone to accommodate the different plastics. So they use different tooling for this. The same injection machines, but the actual tooling for the keycaps is different. They could theoretically rewrite all of the GMK cylindrical or sill tooling for it, but they would be a massive investment, especially when they've just invested in this. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. So this is the Susu Watari colorway. I'm running out of space on my desk here trying to show it. There we go. The colors are really bright today. Let me change the camera a little bit. Why is the activity camera so bright? That's not right. Oh, it's a saturation, isn't it? Let me adjust that. A little bit. I just want it to be as realistic as possible for you guys. Realistic as possible. They have any sort of texture on them? They're fairly similar. They're very similar to GMK's texture from New. So I won't say it's exactly the same because it's not exactly the same, but it is. It's pretty close. Well, if you want to try a set, you can get 10% off today, only today during the stream, for any of our in-stock MTNU sets, and you can use the code Don't Be Silly, which was pinned. I think Mr. Brett Blackbrook will repin that shortly. They do have split space bars, and I think there is some kits that will cover 40% options, but not everything. But there's pretty good coverage on them. I mean, there's UK ISO and everything else as well. Super old BBC computer keycaps. Yeah, these are so historically keyboards did tend to use spherical profile keycaps, and they were predominant for a long time through like the Atari era and things like that. So it's actually kind of interesting that they've moved away from it now as a whole kind of thing within computing, and it's now tends to be a cylindrical profile that is more common. The one thing I will say as well is you'll notice the double shot on the rear is a lot cleaner than GMK's old keycaps. That's mainly because of the new tooling that they've used. Oh wait, I've used the wrong keys here because we were going to use ISO keys for UK ISO. We'll fix that in a minute. Do codes stack? There is only one code at the moment, rec, which is for GMK SIL. Sorry, GMK MTNU. There are no other codes available at the moment. There is 2 automated codes that will happen on switches, which is half the price of them. I don't believe that those will work together with MTNU, but I haven't tested it. One needs to have the old Honeywell key bricks. Yeah, Honeywell is one of my favourite sets of all time, and I believe it's going to MTNU. I think. I haven't had that confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it is going to come to MTNU soon. So the good news about all of this, of course, is that it fits all of the anything that you've used GMK on in the past, you can use this on now. So I'm just going to put the meta key in there, and we've got a 1 new key to go here. Arrow keys as well, and I'll show you what it looks like from a raw profile perspective in a minute too. Okay, let's get the missing keys we need for the other layer. We need a step caps lock. We need the short shift, and we'll use the UK ISO keys. We need the other short shift. And then we need a 1 new FN key. And then why not use the Susu Artisan novelty key that comes with it automatically. What else should we put there? I don't know. Let's what other key should we put there? I don't know. Let's put one of the other novelties there. There must be a novelty that's in the right profile. Oh yeah, okay, cool. So we can put we'll put the hack key there because that's the right profile. I think. I'm still not quite used to using MTNU profiles yet, so in fact it's not the right profile, but it'll do. It'll do. There we go. Right, okay, so then we need the UK ISO keys. So let's open up the international kit. Go, and then we should have the left shift in here as well. There it is.
Tasty, tasty.
And then just need the other UK ISO keys. Where are the other keys? I suppose we could put Alt GR on as well if we wanted to, but we're not gonna. There we go. There we go. Going out. There we go. Okay, so let's pop these away now because they have MTNU on the board. Oh, we've used the wrong size shift key. How have we managed that? How have we managed to use the wrong size shift key? Shit, it's gonna be that one. There we go. Okay, let's put the keys away. Make sure I don't spill them everywhere. So this is what MTNU looks like as a row profile. There you go, you see. And if you want to compare that to a GMK row profile, I can show you that as well. Because we have the JO2 Blackout Edition here. So in terms of the sculpt, you can see that the stepping down of the sculpt is more aggressive. And it also curves up more aggressively at the bottom end, so the actual overall curvature of the sculpt is significantly more aggressive than original GMK cylindrical profile. You can also see that the keycaps are slightly slanted more in terms of their leading edge here. There is much more of an angle to them, which should make them comfortable to type on, because they should be almost basically facing you at all the times. Instead of the tops being vertical and shooting straight up, these will be facing towards you. So what does that mean from an actual typing perspective? So it means a couple of things. Let's zoom out just a touch. We can have two keyboards here. So from a GMK perspective, what does it mean? So it means that here the fingertips are going to be hugged. Like your fingers are drawn into them. They're kind of like drawn into the groove, so it's easier to type. I think these are better from a typing perspective. Personally, like your fingers are just drawn to the homing keys. They're drawn in. It's like a kind of like a little cushion, a little pocket for your fingertips. They feel very nice to type on, and your typing is automatically centered, so there's no off-center hits. Your fingers automatically move to the middle of the key, and you can find that you're going to type a little bit easier, I think. Some of the modifiers do feel a little strange to get used to, especially
Tasty.
the enter key, because of that extreme curvature on it. And it might be easy to show you on the board now. That extreme curvature on the ISO key is very, very strange, but it's quite nice once you get used to it. And the deep dish of the larger keys makes them easy to find as well. The only key that this gives me a problem with is stepped caps lock, because the caps lock key here is rounded. On this part here, it's kind of like a spherical bridge almost. I'm used to it being flat, and I tend to rest my pinky there, so I know that that's where stepped caps lock is, and that's another homing position for me instead of just F and J. That feels weird, and that took me some time to get used to. In terms of texture, this is a brand new GMK set that's on here that's barely being touched. You can see that the texture is very, very similar to a GMK set. It looks slightly shinier, but that's just a deep dish doing a bit more reflective work. It is very, very similar to new GMK. So there we go. That is what MTNU looks like. It types nice, it feels like you're using an old school typewriter a little bit. If you like that vintage aesthetic, these are phenomenal. The beige set in particular really stands out as a phenomenal option for anyone who likes beige keycaps. Why not use the red enter? I mean, I'm just putting on a song here for display. I'm not doing it for anything else. So yeah, so it's interesting. Have any of the popular colorways been announced from MTNU yet? Not as yet, but I know some things are being looked at, so we'll see. How is it compared to DSS? I'm not a DSS enjoyer, particularly. I do have DSS on a keyboard that I can show it to. The 800 colorway really looks like my old Adler. Yeah, the 800 colorway is really nice, actually. What was GMK's rationale behind the new profile? They wanted to do something new, and they wanted to work with Matteo again, and it just kind of all came together at the same time. I haven't tried it on a numpad yet. I don't have a numpad to hand that I could try it on that's not got something else on it. It does hug your fingertips, right? I mean, I use a numpad quite often for work, so I am going to try the black on white keycaps. They're going to replace DCS Reaper on my Matrix board later on this week, so we'll see how it goes. But basically, GMK wanted to do something new for the community. They didn't want to be tied down to just Cherry profile. Cherry was Cherry's invention. GMK just owned the original tooling. They wanted to do their own thing, and that's where MTNU came from. And to be honest with you, it looks phenomenal. How good does that look? It looks phenomenal. It feels great. The keycaps look good. The centralized large legends are great. The font is fantastic. I don't know the actual names of the font. I think Matteo did say it on his blog a little while back. But like, if you look at Matteo's blog, like he's got so much information regarding how he designed this. The font is just really classy. It's clean. It's even. It's not ambiguous in any way, shape, or form. The legend alignment is good. We've not any back space issues. All of the keys look good. The enters, the shifts aren't shift You know, it's really, really cleanly done. And to say this is all new tooling, they've clearly spent a lot of time on it. Like, these are so much better than the prototypes I saw back in May. It's crazy how quickly this has come around. I don't believe every MTNU set will come with a cat cap. I believe that that's just for this. Do you know whether you'll be getting any more beige, orange accents? No, if we've sold out, we've sold out. They were in stock when I checked the other day. If they've sold out, I'm afraid they've sold out. Do you know what would look better? Midnight Rainbow. Midnight Rainbow and MTNU, we could do that. I love how consistent the text spacing and letter shapes are. To be honest, the font choice is it's better than the original GMK font. Like, just in simple stuff, I know this is going to sound really weird, but there is no flamboyancy. Like, look at the pound symbol, look at the GBP symbol there. It's got two flat bars with a single line going vertically and then curving around like an F. If you look at the old school version on GMK, this is a very different pound sign. It's got a curved bottom, it's got a very fine middle line, and the loop that goes around is kind of almost like a 5 upside down 5 or a 3. It's very, very different. And the font choices here are really, really cool. There's some other things as well, like punctuation marks, like they actually go in the correct direction. So here you can see the punctuation marks, they have a slight lean, so they're slightly lent to the right at the top. If you look at original GMK, they're vertical. It's just two vertical lines. It's not actually correct punctuation because of the font choice. So whilst I love GMK keycaps and these have been my favorite for a long time, MTNU might be about to change that. I just need more colorways available, and I'm hoping that if the community supports it, then there will be more colorways. Like, this has to be a success for GMK. And look how dark the blackout board is. It's just so blackout. Yeah, it looks really good. It is just genuinely really good. Looks like the MT3. Let me grab some MT3 keycaps and show you. So I do have the full set of MT3 Susawatari, but I'm not going to get the whole set out. Like, if you look at the rows difference here, let me go to row 1 keycap. So these are both row 1. This is MTNU, this is MT3. The colours are slightly different. They're both double shot PBT. They're both Susawatari colorway. The colours are slightly different. It's more beigey brown on the MTNU version. It's darker on the old MT3 version. The legends look very similar in terms of colour, and also the font is kind of similar when you look at it, but it's much more refined on the GMK version, I think. But look at the height difference. These are both row 1 keycaps. MTNU is significantly taller and the sculpt is significantly more angled forwards. It's really hard to show you, but the sculpt is significantly more angled forwards. Even though MTNU is kind of tilted forward, so it's pointing at you rather than pointing up, MT3 was way more than that, and it was almost uncomfortable to type on the higher rows because of that. Are you not comparing? Maybe I am. Maybe, perhaps I am. I mean, I'm not really wanting to compare colors. I'm talking about actual physical keys more than anything. Physical characteristics, not colors. Perhaps I am. Here you go. Yeah. Okay. There's the same color, so it's still not the same, but you can see the point. This is just to show row 1 difference. So row 1 difference, it's about half the height. It's not as predominantly pointing forward. It's not as uncomfortable to type on the higher rows. On the home row, it's very, very similar as to MT3 in terms of typing feel, but obviously MT3 was a lot taller. All of the profiles are pretty much about half the size compared to MT3 with MTNU. So there you go. MT3 really is something for like a plank. Yeah, I mean, MT3 is great. Did enjoy following Mateo's developing the font. Not much of a fan of MTNU personally, but following the design progress has been really interesting and really appreciate the level of thought that went into the whole design. It's been a huge endeavor. It's massive, and to have it here so quickly compared to when we saw the like when we were at GMK in May, they still didn't have some of the modifier keys on the final version. They were still using literally prototype molds. It was crazy. It was crazy. Am I going to consider running Midnight Rainbow and MTNU if there is enough interest? Yes. If there's enough interest, I would. but we'd need to hit the MOQs. That's the thing. I don't know if Midnight Rainbow would hit the MOQs. It would look phenomenal in MTNU. The other really cool thing as well is that GMK has matched all of the ABS colors they do as standard colors, as stock colors, which Midnight Rainbow uses all stock colors, into MTNU colors as well. So they have them in PBT, and I've seen these firsthand in real life up close. Their orange is the same in both. Like, you can't physically see a difference. I think the purple was slightly different, or one of the colors, like a Blotsky, you could see a difference that I couldn't see, but it's pretty much identical. It's phenomenal. MTNU Midnight Rainbow before Cylindrical Ski Data rerun. Maybe. So yeah. So this is MTNU. It is really, really good. The next thing you guys are going to want to know is, how does it sound? Now, we've put it on a full board, and I'll give you a typing demonstration on this board of how it sounds. What I'll then do is I will take MTNU black on white, and I'll replace half of the keys on this keyboard with, white on black, with the MTNU keycap, so you can see next to each other on the same keyboard how the different keys sound. So we can go on half and half and try that. Look at that JO2. Yeah, this is the prototype. Someone asked me to dig it out. This isn't soldered inside, so it doesn't actually work. It was just put together for photograph purposes with Tim. But yeah, the JO2. Where's the logo? There it is. Blackout edition. Looks pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's have a listen to this and see how it sounds. Let's just quieten the music for a second. And I appreciate you haven't heard this board with any of the keycaps on it. I've never built this board on stream, so I can't refer you to anything else. But we will do a typing test on the JO2 with GMK and MTNU next to each other. So let's see how this sounds first. No, this board isn't soldered. Sorry, this one is, but the other one isn't soldered. So I think it sounds pretty good. Again, you've not got anything in context for this. So let's strip off the keycaps from this board and put half MTNU on it. Okay, and then you guys can see what you think to the sound. Let's put the music back on. Okay, let's just pick off some of these keycaps. So MTNU is shallower than MT3. It is shallower, yes, but it is really, really nice, in my personal opinion. Yeah, we never soldered this particular version of the board. Yeah, I mean, we had like quite a few prototypes for the JO2 Blackout Edition. I think this was prototype 5 or 6, something like that. So yeah, so this one was just the one that was used for the teaser photos. That's it. So we just threw it together so we could ship it out to. It's got lube switches and everything. It just never got soldered. So yeah, and we will be giving away an MTNU base kit at the end. So we're going to be giving away a Susu base kit at the end of the stream. So that's this colorway, not this set because this is my personal set. We're going to be giving away a brand new set, sealed still, of MTNU Susu edition at the end of the stream, and you can win that by playing marbles with us. So we'll talk about that at the end. Pinkpod, ever tried sim racing? No, I have driven sim on sim systems, but I've never done actual sim racing. No, I feel like I wouldn't have the talent to be any good. I can hold my own in real life, driving cars and stuff like that, but I'd never make a racer. So yeah. Okay, so that's some keycaps stripped off. Let's get the MTNU set out. So just going to go for the white on black version here. We'll put the keycaps on the board. Yeah, I'd be better at, like when we go karting, I'm always really good at karts, but I feel like I'd be way better at real life driving than sim driving. it's not exactly the same sort of thing. I know that a lot of real drivers are great sim drivers. I wouldn't be in that boat, but yeah, I feel like I'd do all right. Okay, so where have we got to? So here we go. So let's put MTNU, and then you can see right next to each other what the difference is in profiles. I picked the wrong board to show this on. Someone suggested that I use the J2 Blackout Edition for this, but because the board's so dark, it just sucks in all color. It makes it really hard to show like a comparison on. We're just going to use these keys for now. I'm not going to bother putting the actual UK ISO keys on here because we're just using this for a test. There we go. So what do you think about MTNU, guys? Are you convinced? Do you think it looks good enough so far? Is it not something you'd be interested in considering, or is it something you absolutely want to try? Convince you enough to order some? Nice. Get that 10% discount while you can. There is a FN key. I knew it was. Wrong place. And I know these aren't the right keys here, but the only slight downside to MTNU is it's really difficult to get out of the casing unless you tip it over. So there we go. This is MTNU white on black next to GMK Midnight Rainbow. So you can see instantly that the tops of the keycaps are much smaller. You've got a very centralized space. The central legends make it look very, very different in appeal from GMK, and you can see how that slight tilt to the front makes it look like they're front loaded almost. Like you can see just how much more they're tilted towards the user. SA 1976 is my favorite key set of all time. 1976 is a great one. So you can see how it just looks like it's tilted more towards the user. But what does that do from a sound perspective? Well, let's see, shall we? Let's pause the music again. Now I'm not going to be able to do a proper typing demonstration here, but what I am going to be able to do is show you guys next to each other what the keys sound like. So this is Cherry. Sounds great. It's a JO2. Of course, it's going to sound great. This is MTNU. So first things first, on the home row, it's deeper. I hope you guys can hear that. It's slightly deeper in terms of the actual sound. That's mostly because of its PBT keycapness. It's PBT, it's not ABS. That's the first thing. So what does it sound like on a full row, like on the top row? Slightly more muted. It's not quite as clacky, and this is on a carbon fiber plate as well. This is kind of going to be as loud as this is going to sound. So this is lubed inks on a carbon fiber plate. It's definitely slightly more muted, but it's a lot deeper. It's a lot more thock than clack. On the row one. So there you go. I think MTNU is going to take the crown away from GMK cylindrical for me. I really do think it is. MTNU is going to be massive when people start to realize how good it is. It's going to replace a lot of things for me. You're not a big fan of black and white keycaps. There is Susu Atari, which is kind of like browns, reds, and blues. And then there is beige, which is beige, which sounds great as well. So there you go. From a sound perspective, it is a little bit more muted. There's less high-pitched notes. It's a lot more bassy. It's a lot deeper in terms of the sound on the same build keyboard. This is literally next to each other, using the same switches, using the same plate, same PCB, and everything else, in what I think is a good sounding board to help you guys understand that. So this sounds good in Cherry Profile. This is going to sound phenomenal in MTNU. How does the spacebar sound for MTNU? Yeah, let's flick that over and you guys can see. So let's pause the music again. Sorry, I put the music back on. Let me pause that. So here's the spacebar in Cherry. Let's switch this over. Here's the same spacebar in MTNU. Again, very similar, just deeper in sound. I think the sound of cylindrical is more to my taste. Definitely tempted to do design for it if I can come up with one. Yeah, I mean, I think personally for me, if you're going for one of those old school classic colorways, MTNU is a must. It sounds so good. The space bars and the mods are pretty similar. The ISO end even sounds really, really similar compared to standard cylindrical. But yeah, it's just a cool thing. It's just a cool keycap set. Is there any design incentive for designers to use MTNU over cylindrical? I don't think so, other than the fact that it's a new thing from GMK. It's PBT. It is what it is. You know, it's a different product entirely. And I think that that's going to be something that designers are going to have to learn to appreciate and take advantage of. And that might take a little time, but I think it can only be a good thing in the long run. We've been given design specs from GMK for MTNU now, so we can actually start submitting kits and submitting projects. So we'll see. That might already be in the works, Tangos. I do want to do Midnight Rainbow in it. Now, if there is enough support for it, if you are interested in that, please drop me a message in the Discord server and say you want to see Midnight Rainbow in MTNU, and it'll give me some support to get that up. We'll see how it goes. Interesting, the keycaps seem to sit a little lower for MTNU than OG, or is it just camera trickery? So the keycaps don't sit lower, they're just tilted towards the front. So because they're tilted towards the user more, it looks like they sit lower. The actual profiles are very similar in terms of height. It's so hard to show you on this board because of the darkness of it. But they're actually similar in height. If you look there, they're very, very similar in terms of height across the two keys there. Very, very similar. It's just because the keycaps are more tilted towards the user in terms of the sculpt, it kind of feels like they're lower. So if you see what I mean, like instead of the GMK caps point pretty much straight up. Like if you look at them, they're pretty much flat here with this plane here, which is the flatness of the board. So it points straight up. With MTNU, you're kind of talking that they've got like a slight angle to them, so they're kind of pointing towards the user, pointing down. I'm really exaggerating that, but that's the kind of thing. I think it has got 40 support. I don't think there's any 3U bars in the kits, but I'm pretty sure the molds exist for 3U. I'm sure that GMK mentioned that 3U support was something they were doing. Yeah. So yeah, so that's MTNU. I'm hoping you guys have picked it up because we've got 10% off of it for a little bit of time. So if you want to save 10% on MTNU, you can use Don't Be Sil E as the code. You can use ! Discounts to see that. There it is. Get 10% off MTNU in stock during the stream using the code at checkout. Don't be silly. I genuinely think that this is a really great option to have. I think there's certain boards that will suit Cherry Profile more. I think there's certain boards that will suit MTNU more. I think it's going to be a phenomenal thing to have. and to be able to share with people. I'm really excited to have these sets in. Like, I wanted to get them out the day they turned up. I wanted to ship them out to customers. That was what we did. I think I turned around all of the group buys within like 4 hours of them arriving here, because I was so excited to get these out to people. And I wanted to have them on stream last week. Unfortunately, I had to go away for the night, but yeah, I'm so excited to get these on stream. And yeah, they are unbelievably cool, and they look great. And you can see here that this is the major difference. The way that they look, it's just that, you know, if I hide the other side of it, it's just that classy kind of old school versus new school kind of look. Next board for Mel with MTNU then. Mel has already said she doesn't like the look of MTNU, but she's open to trying it once I've got it on a keyboard here. This white on black version is going to go on my main desk on the Matrix 2.0 ad that I use as my daily driver over there, and numpad. I haven't put it on yet because I wanted to share it on stream, but that's where I'll be going tomorrow or Tuesday, and I'll be daily driving MTNU for a couple of weeks. Mel will get to try it at that point. If she likes it, she can have a set to put on her keyboard downstairs in the main office. Currently it's got GMK cylindrical panels on there. There's no brightly coloured options, so I don't know what we're going to do yet. But I'm really excited to see new colourways come out in MTNU. I think it's going to be phenomenal. It's got a really big opportunity to be really, really great and really cool. So let me know what you think, guys. I'm excited to hear your guys' opinions. I think it sounds great. I think it looks great if you like that vintage aesthetic. I think it has great potential. It feels fantastic to type on. It's better than MT3. It's better than DSS. It's better than CXA. The only thing that CXA had going for it was the cool spacebars that I really like the feel of. And it's PBT. So yeah. If there's any other comparisons that you want to see, try and let me know. I think it's time we gave away a set though. What do you think? Should we give away a set of MTNU? Would you like to do that? Let me load up Steam and we'll give away a set of MTNU. We're going to give away MTNU Susu, which is Susu Atari, which is this set here. We're going to give you away a brand new set, not a set that I've typed on and muddied for 5 minutes. So yeah. If in general you don't like the curved surface on MT3 and DSA, would this be immediate skip or still worth trying? Some people, I think this is worth trying no matter what. Like, it is so nice to use that I think you'd be missing out by not trying it. If you are near to the Prototypers Workshop and you want to try it out here before buying it, make an appointment, come along, and you can buy it. Okay, you should be able to see in a second when it loads. There you go. You should be able to see marbles. We are going to do a Grand Prix, which we're going to do 3 races, and whoever gets the most points across all 3 races will win our overall MTNU giveaway. There is no prizes for each individual race. It's how you score across all of the races. We're going to use community maps, and we're going to use 3 random maps. We're going to use music electronic race. We're going to use Rad Unpredictable Crusade, and we're going to use Ghastly Lucky End. Those are going to be the 3 races we're going to do today. I'm going to need the keyboard that's plugged in, so I'm just going to bring this one down a little bit. I'm going to hit race now. The way you can join in to win a set of MTNU is to type in !play into chat right now. You'll see that I've done that. That will put you into the game. If you win the overall win after 3 races, we will send you a brand new set of GMK Susu Atari. That will be shipped to you free of charge worldwide. The only thing you'll have to pay is any import duties that may be due in your particular country, area, or region, because we can't accept those when we're shipping things for free. So that's what we're going to do. You can win this key set here, Susu Atari. It's in the background. I'll give you guys another minute or so to join. I don't think anyone else has done an MTNU giveaway yet. I don't think even Mateo has done one, so this might be a world's first MTNU giveaway. Yeah, let's hit that start button. You've got 20 seconds left to join this particular race. I advise you to be in as many races as possible if you want to win. Funky, you spelled play wrong. There you go. Okay, 10 seconds to go, guys. If you want to get in now. Once the race started, you can't join, but you can go in the 2nd and 3rd races. Okay, 2, 1, and here we go. This is where we're racing. We're straight into the first obstacle, which is why is my keyboard not working? I can't follow the action. Why is my keyboard not working? Hold on, my keyboard's not working. There we go. We are back in the action. I can control now. Right, okay, so we're down through the first obstacle. Here we go down through this slalom. Perlin, Merlin, and Anarchy in the lead. Anarchy close by to the workshop. Clearly, proximity to the workshop means you have more of a chance of being there. Perlin, Merlin is just catching up. Mr. Gimp's not too far behind. We've got Anonymous Biker in there as well. I see Demotex is up in the race as well. Angry Mike is at the back with Chris Bezica too. Perlin has taken a huge lead, massive lead. Anarchy's just behind. Mr. Gimp's coming through as well, though. All going down into these series of tumblers now. Let's see how this pans out. There's 2 tumblers, I think. Let's see who comes out first. People are coming out the far side. Pandaberry, Quagri, Rack, Sugaz, all dying. Anarchy now has the lead. I'm not sure if Perlin's died or she's got stuck somewhere, but Anarchy does have the lead, I think. Curious Panda's not too far behind. Anonymous Biker's there as well. It's really hard to see who's in the lead on the little slalom here. Loads of people dying. Chris Bezic dying. Newfie's up there in the last obstacle with an Angry Swan and Fuji. Etudi's coming down. Elkino Flop dies as well. Anonymous Biker and Anarchy, and I can't see the one. ET, I am 180 are taking up the top 3 here as we come down this next section. Another obstacle here of the pins to try and get through. Anarchy's hitting some of them. He's slowing down. ET-tron hits the speed, but takes right back to the back. He hits the end. Anarchy out of the race. Moons of Empire and 6 down as well. Anonymous Biker and Curious Panda now take the lead. Anonymous Biker's down. Curious Panda now has the lead with Balaba just behind. Stompy Bird's there as well. Tengus is coming through. I'm in the mix. I'm in the top 10 now somehow. I've managed to do that. Cutie Pie, Newfie, and Fuji are right at the very back though. Still a long way to go. Lots of obstacles left to go as well, so plenty still to play for. Demotex is there in the top 10 as well, it looks like. Chris Bezic is coming down to join. Games done marginally well is there too. Everyone's coming up into the last section, but Curious Panda does have pretty big lead here. Let's see who can make it to the top of the stepped tower first, because there's still a long way to go in this race. Not everyone's going to finish this, I don't think, and maybe we're not going to have anyone finish it. So we'll see how that causes anonymous points to be awarded. Still haven't finished the race in the last 3 marble streams. Well, I'm really sorry about that, Rack, but maybe next time is your lucky day. Lots of the blocks dropping as Curious Panda makes their way down the ramps here, triggering all the blocks that will slow them down. Stompy Bub's going to have a faster time through this section. Fluffy Keebs is there as well. Demotex is there. Cabbage Camp and Schmexy Surf. Smurf is there too. I have fallen way back. I'm somewhere in the top 20 now. Perlin Merlin is just behind me. Slowed right down after having an early lead with Anarchy. Anarchy's died as well. Demotex is there. Fluffy Keebs has dropped off the map. He is dead. Curious Panda is still in the lead. I'm not actually sure where Curious Panda is. Lots of people dying here. Lots of people falling down. Oh wait, people are finished. Where's the end? I don't understand where the end is. I don't know where the end is. Some people finished. We've got a top 10. I can't find the end of the map. Oh wait, is the end of the map down here? I don't know. Anyway, we've got a top 10. Curious Panda, Stumpy Bird, Fluffy Keebs, Demotex, Cabbage Cap, Schmexy Surf, PTL Gaming, Conan, Voidmain GR, and Phalanx 7. There are the top 10 winners. People are just dropping down at the side of the screen now. 20 seconds left to go in this race. Let's see who can finish. It's a sideways bowl, you think? Oh, I don't know. Is it this? I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, race is over. Oh, is it up there? Is that it? Is that it? Is that the winning circle? It might have been. Curious Panda did win. Let's see the final results. There you go. That's the final results. Take a look. Next race is coming up. Let's have a look at the next race. Again, you've got to be in it to win it. This is going to be Rad Unpredictable Crusade. You've got to put exclamation mark play into chat if you want to be in the race. You copy what I've pasted into chat, and that will put you into the game. I'll give you guys a minute or so to join. Okay, here we go. I'm going to hit start. It's going to give you 20 seconds to join the race, guys. Don't miss out. Get into the race if you want to be in it. If you want to win a chance at getting your hands on some GMK MTNU for free, get into the race. 8 seconds left to go. I don't know where we're going to go on this map. I can't actually tell where the map is. There we go. It was putting me in a weird position. Right, okay. The race is off. I have no idea who's in the lead. Demotex is up there, though, because I can see his name. Demotex is in the lead, I think. He's got the lead here coming down the fastest section into the first obstacle. Flying off this map, though. Lots of big jumps here. This could be very dangerous. All the bounces here off these engram type things. Cabbage Cap seems to have made the leap here. Games Done Marginally Well was the first to die. Demotex is still up there. True Blaze, Pom Pom Potato. People still falling down from the top. I think Fuji's at the back. Big pile of people coming down into the bowl now, as we can see. Some people still missing it. Zosco, Curious Panda again in the lead here. This is interesting. 2 races on the trot. They stand a good chance of winning now. Zosco TV and Cabbage Cap are there as well. Stumpy Burbs coming down on the far side. Trojam's in there. Void Main's there too. Ben the Vacuum's up at the back. JQ UK is coming down. So is Perlin Merlin. Stereo Jerry's there too. Chun123 is coming through, but lots of interesting things happen. Portal's going, I don't know where to. Over here, Zosco TV inside this tube here. It looks like it drops you off at the top of the ball there. Let's see as more people come across. Yep, more people are starting to spawn in now. Starting to work their way through. Lots of different obstacles. I have no idea where this finishes. I can't even tell. I have no idea who's in the lead here. It's impossible to tell who's in the lead. It tells me Perlin's in the lead, but I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not sure where people are going to be going to. Cabbage Cap is flying up to here. Oh, okay, so we're going to fly up to these leads up here. That is the finish line, flying into there. Cabbage Cap, Zosco, Nmat, Kroop the Snoop, Woobot, Robot Mikey, Wolfine, Drailer, 6 out of 10, Hugaz, and Chun123 do take the top 10 spots. People still finishing. Anarchy's finishing, Blackbrook's finishing, Blind Disobedience is finishing, and Curious Panda's there as well. I think Curious Panda's died. Curious Panda has died. Sorry, Curious Panda, that might put you out of the running overall for the main prize, but we'll see. That was kind of like a nice little race. Me when I go for a pee at 3 a.m. Just getting it everywhere, missing the ball. That was a nice quick little track. I enjoyed that. Cabbage Cap with the win though. Puts them right up there with an opportunity to win. 3rd race still to go. Let's see who's going to win it. Hijinov is at the back still. They might finish. They might not. They've only got 4 seconds. Is the cannon going to fire them in time? Nope. See the final results of that one. Did I finish or did I die? Not sure. I'm not sure. I think you died. I think you died. Moons of Empire. Didn't see you. Did you join the race? Unless I'm missing, I don't see you in the list. Oh, you know you're there. DNF, did not finish. Sorry, you were out of the race on that one, I'm afraid. Right, next race. Ghastly lucky end. Again, exclamation mark play. We'll put you into the race. I'm there. Are you going to be there? Are you going to join? I don't know how this one's going to work. Right. I've got a good viewpoint this time. I think it's just a straight run down. Let's hit start. You've got 20 seconds to join, guys. Ten seconds left to go. Let's see who is going to win this particular one. And they're off. Let's see who's going to make it through the gates first. Lots of people coming through. Blasphemous, I think he's just in the lead, but people are moving up through the ramps and coming to the next section. Let's see who comes out of the gates first here. The second set of gates, these little portals as they come down. Shiloh Kutus is there first. Anarchy's there too. Zui Panda, Fluffy Keeps as well. Rhino is coming through. Pink Points are there as well. Lots of people coming now through. Heavy Babies are up there. Game's done marginally well. Hasn't died yet this time. Kaz Online looks like he's about to die though. J Prototype is, I'm right there in the middle, so is Blackbrook and Demotex. Yep. Kaz Online has died. Ben the Vacuum has died. Lots more people coming through the little slaloms now as we get through. It looks like Fluffy Keeps has got quite a big lead though. They're bouncing back from the... oh no, ooh, maybe not. iPal Desi, looks like they've made it through that obstacle first. Game's done marginally well is just behind. Free Juice is just behind that. I briefly made it into the top 10. No, loads of people dying as we go through those obstacles. iPal is definitely away with the lead. Blind Disobedience isn't too far behind though. Anonymous Biker is there as well. Fred Silosaurus is coming through. Panda Burry is there too. I'm in that mix as well, I think. Anarchy, I think, has just popped off the edge and died. Perlin Merlin is coming through. So Snicket there as well. I see lots of people still stuck up at the previous ones. Chris Bezic is there too. Demotex is there as well. Jelly Master's coming through. iPal still has a pretty big lead here. Still a few obstacles to go. Some twisting, turning pipes. Let's see how this pans out as he comes through the next few obstacles. Anonymous Biker's there too, but I think he's just fallen off. Blind Disobedience is coming through. LVC is there too. Making some good progress. progress. Ooh, I don't know where people have moved to now. I think Blind Disobedience might be in the lead now. I think there was a couple of deaths there. Pearl and Merlin is coming as well. I can see that. I think there's a few portals. I'm not quite sure where they disappeared to, but no one has made it through to the end yet. Phalanx is on his way down. Is he stuck there? Phalanx is stuck and is off the end. Anonymous might be making it through here. We need someone to make it up to this top section to get through on the waves. Fred Silosaurus is there, but he's going to go off the edge, I think. Is he going to drop through? There's a little hole somewhere there. Is he going to make it round? Fred Silosaurus is going to make it round into the last section. Is there any of these? Nope, he's dead. He's down. Maybe no one's going to win this. Maybe no one's going to take the lead here. Pearl and Merlin's coming through. Ipel is there, though. Oh, no, Ipel's died as well. Angry Swan has died. This is brutal. Everyone is dying. No one can get to the end. Funky is on his way down, though. Can Funky make it to the end? Is Funky going to be the first one to the finish line? Pearl and Merlin might steal this away from him right at the very last second here. Only these two look like they're actually going to finish. Everyone else is just dying. Bollock is there too. Bollock is off. Funky and Pearl and Merlin are stuck, though. They keep hitting this... Look, they keep hitting this hammer and bouncing back. They're the only two that stand a chance. Kevy Babes is about to fly off the map. Fluffy Keeps is coming through. Quaggery steals through. But he's stuck. Quaggery's stuck. Is he going to fire off at the right section? Quaggery's out. He's into the main section. Is he going to make it into the finish? Or is he not? I think because he got into the water, he's going to be trapped. He's going to fall out. I think you have to come out of the gate here onto dry land to be able to win. I think Quaggery's going to die. I don't think anyone's actually going to beat this. Funky and Perlin are still stuck at this point here. This may be a no-point win here. Look, you have to fall through and hit this at the right time. Nitrum's dead. Everyone else is dying. I don't think anyone's going to win this. Funky and Perlin are still stuck. They're the only two with a chance at the minute. Oh, Rafts is coming through. Rafts might make it. Can he make it past the hammer? No, he's stuck on the hammer as well. He's really stuck on the hammer. Everyone's just stuck. This is a shit show. I don't know if anyone's going to get any points for this race. I really don't. Demotex, can you do the impossible? Can you make it through? Demotex is stuck. I hit Demotex, knocked Demotex through. Is Demotex going to win the race? Can he make it through? No, he hits that. We're both dead. I really don't see anyone winning this. Funky is dead. Perlin Merlin. And some other people are there. I can't read the names. Beeperphone and Rafts are stuck. I don't see anyone else winning this. This is a bit of a terrible race. I'm really sorry, guys. This is a really terrible race. No one has a chance. Moons of Empire is coming down, though. As is Snicket. Can these guys finish it? Can these guys cause the win? Snicket takes the lead here. Can he make it through the hammers? No, he joins the group. Rafts is now out. Moons of Empire is there. No one's making it through this second hammer section. Quaggery got the closest and then died. Wow. I really don't know what to do. This is a very interesting, this is a very terrible map. We won't do this one again. Snicket is now dead. Beeperphone is next to die. Moons of Empire is dead. Perlin Merlin has died. Moons of Empire has died. Alvisi is there. I don't see anyone finishing this race. Beeperphone is now dead. There is still some people that could come through and get the win here, but very few and far between now. I don't think anyone's going to win this. We're 5 minutes in and people just get stuck at the hammers. If they even get to the hammers. Most people are dead long before they get there. JQ UK. Is JQ going to do it? I don't know. Dog Sushi is there. Is he going to time it just right to get through the hammers? I don't know. Is he just going to knock the other two? Or is he going to cause the other two to fall through? No, he killed the other two. And then gets stuck himself. Oh, wow. When against the Lumina. Funny. Kajahata. Didn't meet MOQ. No one's meeting MOQ here. Dog Sushi and Pink Pod are the only two that stand a chance at the minute. Abstract Error, Panda Bury, Stereo GR, Abstract Error keeps flying around at the back. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think it's just going to have to go on until everyone dies. Like, there's no time limit on this map, I don't think. Let's just see if anyone can make it through. I wonder if this map's ever had anyone win. Lots of people now catching up towards the end and coming through to the final obstacles, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get everyone through. Everyone gets 10,000 points. Still have more playtesting than a lot of full games that get released. I mean, these are community maps, so they might be terrible. The community maps are always a risk. The never-ending giveaway scam. Right. Let's see if anyone can actually get to the finish line. There's nothing I can do. I can't end this until people get there or not. So I think we're still waiting for a few people to actually make it through the map. So MTNU guys, yeah? 97% failure rate. Is that what this map has? Just looking for the speedrun strats. They were all looping too. Yeah. Remember map from 1 to 2 years ago where everybody died? I think I remember that map actually, yeah. I think they have to time it getting through these, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but kind of like through where Abstract Error and Druid, like, have the time getting through here just right, this portal, to get through here whilst it's connected. Like Conan's just got through, I think. Conan has made his way to the next place. So you just have to time it just right. Conan is the next person with a chance, but a lot of people have been dying in these pools, so we'll see. Abstract Error has got over on the far side as well. Let's see if he comes through. Surprised that of all the map, this one doesn't have a lava well. Conan is up in the air. Is he going to miss the landing? Did he stick the landing? He stuck the landing. He's still alive. Lemon's STV is on his way as well. Let's see if this is going to pan out a little bit differently. I'm kind of stuck here. There's not much I can do. Come on, Conan. Let's see a winner. Because then if someone gets to the back, Mikagi's down. Someone gets to the end of the map. Oh, Dog Sushi is now dead. Conan is now stuck at the hammer. Lemon's STV is our next hopeful. Let's see if he can cause some drama as it comes through. So no, they're now both stuck. Dog Sushi, Pink Pud, Mikiki, all down. This is terrible. This is a terrible map. We're 8 minutes in now. This is the longest map we've ever done. I wish I could stop the hammers for a second. I wish I could influence them, but I can't. This is terrible. Reset the Grand Prix and have a winner takes all map, final map. Only 7 people remained. I don't know how to reset the map. Can I reset it? I don't know how to reset it. I don't even know how to exit it. No, that's just taking me to the settings. There is nothing I can do to control it, unfortunately. Looks like some more people coming through there now. Like, there's an option here for Duad, Pandaberry. Oh, Conan is now dead. Pandaberry, is it going to make it through? No, it gets E-Tron, ETI, and an Abstract Air killed. Our hope is now on Stereo Jer. This map is terrible. This map is terrible. This is such bad programming. It's such bad level design. Right, Stereo, come on, can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? No. No, they can't. Okay, this is not working. I'm going to skip the track. Okay, this is going to tell us who's won. There's nothing else I can do, unfortunately. I'm sorry, guys, it was a terrible one. Let's see who came in 3rd place for no prize whatsoever. It was Stompy Burb, so congratulations. You don't win anything, but you take bragging rights of 3rd place overall after that terrible map. Cabbage Cap, you take 2nd place. And our winner of the MTNU key set today is Curious Panda. Curious Panda, if you want to reach out to me, drop me a DM or drop Blackbrook a DM. Let me know, and we'll get an MTNU set out to you, Susu Atari set out to you in the next couple of days. So thank you very much. Congratulations, Curious Panda. You are our winner today. There we go, 162 points. Cabbage Cap got 146. We wasted 8 minutes. The last person to get any points at all was Kato, who got 7, and then the rest of us come after that. The last person on the list was the Void Media, so congratulations to everyone. That is 99 places done. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you guys have got any last minute questions, now's the time to ask them. We've covered pretty much all of the PT news. We've talked about MTNU. I hope you guys enjoyed the example of MTNU today as well. I'm really excited by this profile. I think if you guys as the general public give it a chance, this could be the next great profile set. I'm really excited for it. And if you guys want to see GMK Midnight Rainbow in MTNU profile, drop a message in the PT Discord and let me know, and we'll see. What's the meaning of life other than the 42? Pass. Don't think there is one. Wasted. The time spent together is never a waste. Maybe. I don't think many people like spending time with me in real life. I think most people dislike spending time with me in real life, so I don't think that's true at all. MT Night Rainbow. That's not quite good enough, Fluffy Keeps. Not quite good enough. Try again. Try again. Right, okay, I'm going to head home now. I need to tidy up a little bit here, then I'm going to head home. I've got a meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm picking Anarchy up at 9 o'clock, and then we're going to start getting some Zooms out tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be a busy day. Keep up with us on Instagram and Discord if you want to see what we're up to next couple of days. It's going to be a really busy week, and I hope that it's going to be a good one. If you want to pick up MTNU, you've got about 10 minutes to get 10% off MTNU, which I think is a stunningly great new profile. I'm not just saying that, I really do mean it. It's very rare I endorse things like that. I think it's great. It's going to be my daily driver. Go pick it up. Use the code. Don't be silly. CYLY for silly. It's in the pins. And I'll see you guys on the Discord over the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate every single last one of you. You mean the world to me, and just watching means the world as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.